My favorite time of the days are sunrises and sunsets. I feel like these two types of the day are when I can feel the most quiet, it's the most still, and I can get the most creative work done. In the morning, it's harder because that means you have to wake up early enough before your workday to get your creativity in and just to wake up. In the evening, it's hard because sometimes you have things that you're doing and you don't feel you have the time to sit and rest. And these two times of the days, I feel like for me also are the most anxiety producing time. Like I feel the most anxious during the morning and the evening, but I can combat that the most by creating art in the mornings and the evenings. So that is what I'm doing. The sun is setting, and I decided to sit in front of the camera because I feel really comfortable doing that. And that is a gift. That's a blessing because there are a lot of people that aren't comfortable sitting in front of the camera and talking. But for me, this is a form of journaling that not only serves me, but I'm hoping and praying that it serves other people who are creative and need to hear some encouragement or feel some relatability outside of themselves so they feel a little less alone. So, right now, I'm actually illustrating a page related to this topic, and I'll show this one page, sunrise, sunset, and I'm not sure what I'm going to draw in the middle or what I will write regarding these two things, but I yeah, it's hard. I think sunsets are hard because you know it's going to be nighttime, and I don't really like nighttime. I like the stillness, but sometimes I don't like the stillness of it. And I like to stay up late even though I shouldn't so I can get more sleep, and that's something I'm working towards and working through. Um Sunrises are the start of a new day, which I absolutely love. I love the starts of a new day. It feels like there's a fresh beginning, another chance to be blessed to, make the most of the day. And the weekends are hard because I tend to take a lot of naps. And so once the evening approaches, my brain jumps into, okay, let's not waste the complete day with all of your napping over this weekend, and let's, get some house chores done, run some errands, create some art. And I feel like the art, depending on the flow of the day, usually comes last. Right now, I have food cooking for the week, so I'm meal prepping that. And so that's a good thing. I did a lot of cleaning and organizing, and so my space feels more, my environment feels good, calm. And now I have to tend to my mind. And I don't know why I feel like I'm going to cry right now, but yeah, I think there's just some mental health stuff that are coming to the surface once again. And I don't want to shy away from these moments because they're important, they signify something, and I want to be vulnerable in that because I know I'm not the only one that has moments like these. But my hope is that illustrating, drawing will help me make sense of these emotions that I'm feeling right now, even though it may not resolve them. I may end this video, start drawing, start writing, and cry more. But when it comes to journaling and having a journal practice, I feel like my journal practice is more of art journaling. It's more of illustration. It's expressing in more than just words. It's poetry, it's prose, it's sentences combined with images. because that is the way I feel I can express what's going on within me and dive into that and navigate that and explore that in the fullest way. Words alone don't do it. Pictures alone don't do that. Even speaking alone doesn't do that. So I, as a multi-passionate, this is one of those moments where I can see I'm someone that is multifaceted and needs to process things in different ways, visually, audibly, visually, audibly, um, written, spoken. And I know I'm not alone in that. So if you are feeling low, discouraged, frustrated on this day, I hope that you can use your art skills, and even if you're not super skilled in an artistic area, that you will tap into it and allow that imperfection speak to you and allow that imperfection to help you process and navigate the tough emotions that you may not show all the time, that you keep close to your heart. Um, I know for me, there's a lot that goes on, and as highly sensitive people, my experience is that I think a lot, I ruminate a lot, I analyze a lot. Everything around me has some sort of meaning, and that can get exhausting. And that pressure, even of that heaviness, that weightiness of that, can really take a toll on us as artists. And so I'm grateful that I have ways to process that. But, you know, even if you live with people, it can be lonely because at the end of the day, you feel like it's just you and your brain. That's the timer for my food. It can be you, your brain, and God. And I can feel really, really lonely. So it's one of the main reasons I make these videos, to connect with others who feel the same way, so I feel less alone, so hopefully others feel less alone. Because we're not truly alone, but it can definitely feel like that when you are a highly sensitive person, because there's not that many people that go around saying, I'm highly sensitive. Um, I will share this. I had a beautiful moment with a professor last year in one of my classes where I shared in my discussion post that I'm a highly sensitive person because we were talking about communication. And she shared in her reply that she identifies as the same way. And that meant so much to me, because even though this was an online course, a lot of my courses are online because I have a full-time job, but I want to pursue my education. um I never thought I would meet someone in my day-to-day life who would who identifies as highly sensitive. And I am coming to terms with, I may have never known if I have never shared. And so my vulnerability, my willingness to be open and talk about the deeper parts of myself is a gift. Can it be used against me sometimes? 100%. And I've experienced that too. Where I've shared mental health struggles in the workplace and I felt like it wasn't a good idea at the end of the day. But there are a lot of times where I have, and I've received a lot of support. And when it comes to school and university too. It can be hard to share these parts of ourselves. And I'm not saying that being highly sensitive is a mental health issue. What I'm saying is I have mental health struggles on top of that, um, which I think, that sensitivity works against me in those areas. But sharing something that most people don't share about sensitivity really helped me feel connected to this professor in that moment. And it was so beautiful. And I expressed my gratitude to her because she always had really thoughtful replies to our discussion posts. And I just appreciated how much time she put into those responses because they don't have to, professors don't have to do that. Um, so even that evidence alone should have kind of like gave me an inkling that she may be highly sensitive, but I didn't put the two together until she mentioned it and shared a little bit about her like introversion and things like that too. And I will never forget that ever, ever, ever. I hope you can. I'm grateful I even thought about that moment because when you feel so alone, it can be easy to only think about the negatives of being a sensitive person and all the reasons you are alone and how you are built and how you were made. But moments like that, if you could remember the tiny moments that are really the large moments of your life where you were able to connect with other people who identify and relate, it's healing. It brings tears to my eyes because it's really important. I have a friend, Santiago, who I talk about with on this channel and how he's gotten back into his art journey. I believe he's someone else too that is sensitive. I don't know if he identifies as like highly sensitive or anything like that, but he is a beautiful soul. And it's nice to connect to people that have that deepness, even though we can be silly and we're multifaceted. We're all not, no two sensitive people are the same, but there are similarities. And I think it'd be really cool to maybe try to find a community where I live of highly sensitive people. And also at the same time, that's scary because I'm scared of, you know, you know, face-to-face interaction for various reasons. I think I'm going to embarrass myself. I think I'm going to say something stupid. Um, I am outgoing. I like asking people questions about themselves. I like talking about myself. But then when that interaction is over, I overthink every single thing that I said. I worry about how the other person is perceiving me, and then it turns into a spiral that just sticks. And there are skills I've learned in therapy to help with this, and yet it takes so much work. The thoughts keep coming back, and it's just a lot. So it just feels easier to just not interact with people face to face in my day-to-day life if I don't have to, because I don't have to deal with the post-social rumination afterwards. Anyways, this video is getting long. I just needed to get some thoughts out. I'm going to dive back into this spread and see what I come up with illustration wise. Maybe I have a little poem in my mind to get on paper. My poems aren't that great anymore. About a year ago, I was really into writing poems and I think I was getting better. And then I stopped because I had a severe depression episode and I just hate my art whenever I go through those periods, which I need to stop because depression is a liar. But all right, I hope this little chat helps you through the evening. I will see you in the next video, Lord willing. Bye.